quiver with fear.
Don't turn your back on me, Scar.
Oh no, Mufasa. Perhaps you shouldn't turn your back on me.
Few actors possess the magnetism and commanding presence of Jeremy Irons. With a career spanning decades, Irons has graced the stage and screen with unforgettable performances, from his Oscar-winning role in Reversal of Fortune to his chilling portrayal of Scar in The Lion King. But beyond his artistic triumphs, the acclaimed actor has found solace in a place as captivating as the characters he portrays: Kilcoe Castle, his lovingly restored medieval fortress in Ireland. A project of passion and painstaking detail, Irons' home is more than just a residence, it's a reflection of his adventurous spirit and appreciation for history. An unexpected fixer-upper.
Imagine it's the person you most want to bed. Okay. All right, there's just that one person you're talking to.
Long before Jeremy Irons took possession of Kilcoe Castle, the structure stood as a weathered relic of history. Perched on a small island off the coast of County Cork, Ireland, the 15th century stronghold had been abandoned for centuries, its crumbling walls and missing roof making it little more than an empty shell. Originally built by the clan Dermot McCarthy, the castle had been among the last to fall to English forces in the early 1600s. Left to the elements, it remained largely untouched until Irons, in search of a new challenge, set his sights on it. In the late 1900s, Irons had already been spending time in Ireland, where he and his wife, actress Sinead Cusack, owned a modest riverside cottage. He had come to love the landscape, the people, and the slower pace of life. But it wasn't enough. He wanted something that required risk, vision, and a deep engagement with history. That something turned out to be Kilcoe Castle. Upon purchasing the ruin in 1998, Irons had no idea just how complex the restoration would be. The project wasn't merely about adding modern conveniences, it was about reviving a medieval fortress while respecting its original character. The actor took a hands-on approach, overseeing every step of the painstaking 6-year restoration. From selecting the stone to reinforcing the walls, he immersed himself in the process, ensuring that every detail felt both authentic and livable. Kilcoe's restoration was no ordinary construction project. Given the castle's location and historical status, every repair had to be carefully considered. Traditional Irish building techniques were employed, and materials were sourced to match what had originally been used centuries before. Irons and his team even created a makeshift work village near the site, where craftsmen worked tirelessly to bring the castle back to life. As the years passed, the castle gradually transformed. The once ruined towers stood proud again, the interiors were given warmth and texture, and Kilcoe reclaimed its place as a striking landmark along Ireland's rugged coast. A home or a film set, the unique interiors of Kilcoe. Walking into Kilcoe Castle is like stepping into another time, but not in the way you might expect. While the exterior exudes medieval grandeur, the interiors reflect a far more eclectic sensibility, shaped by Irons' global travels and artistic eye. Every room tells a story, blending historical accuracy with unexpected flourishes that feel as if they belong on an old-world film set. At the heart of the castle is the Solar, a grand double-height living area that serves as the social hub of the home. Lined with antique rugs, carved wooden furniture, and an imposing stone fireplace, the room balances medieval austerity with inviting warmth of a country retreat. Overhead, a gallery encircles the space, providing nooks for reading, writing, or simply taking in the views. Elsewhere, the castle's bedrooms are cozy, intimate spaces that defy their fortress-like surroundings. Irons personally designed his own master suite, inspired by an upturned boat he once saw in a French farmhouse. The ceiling's curved wooden beams create a cocoon-like effect, giving the room an almost nautical feel. A custom-made hanging bed completes the space, suspended from the ceiling by thick ropes, an unusual but fitting choice for a man who appreciates craftsmanship. One of the most fascinating features of Kilcoe is its extensive use of woven willow. In keeping with medieval traditions, Irons enlisted a local artisan to craft wicker panels for the ceilings and furniture, lending a tactile, handcrafted quality to the interiors. The combination of natural materials, salvaged antiques, and dramatic architectural elements makes the castle feel both timeless and deeply personal. But despite its cinematic quality, Kilcoe is no mere showpiece. It's a home, first and foremost, a place where Irons enjoys long conversations by the fire, sails his yawl across the bay, and hosts friends for evenings of music and storytelling. Building an Irish dream with bare hands and no blueprint.
I suppose most of us have to spend a lot of time, in offices with people and telephones and screens and traffic and rushing to work and then getting home with their kids. There's pressure. But if you can find half an hour every day, even 10 minutes every day, just to stare at nothing, maybe sitting looking at a wall helps, or a horizon, or wherever you are, to listen to your breathing and just go somewhere else, just give your mind.
Unlike most large-scale restorations, Kilcoe Castle was not handed over to a team of high-profile architects and designers. Instead, it was shaped by an unconventional, almost improvisational approach, spearheaded by Irons himself. He called it, quote, a jazz riff on the medieval, a philosophy that allowed the project to evolve organically. The restoration process was extraordinary. Instead of relying on blueprints, Irons and his team made many design choices on the fly, adapting to the castle's needs as they arose. In some cases, this led to unexpected discoveries, such as the decision to use traditional lime mortar to seal the walls after an early attempt at waterproofing failed spectacularly during a winter storm. The workforce at Kilcoe was just as unconventional. Rather than assembling a team of experienced contractors, Irons welcomed an ever-changing cast of artisans, musicians, and drifters, many of whom had never worked on such a project before. Some stayed for months, others for years, contributing their skills in carpentry, masonry, and metalwork. Even the local farmer who leased Irons the adjacent field became an integral part of the restoration, joking that he became the most important man in Jeremy Irons' life. The actor's deep involvement in the project extended beyond design decisions. He personally selected the castle's signature ochre color, a rich, rust-like hue achieved by mixing lime wash with iron sulfate. While the color choice was initially controversial, with some locals calling it pink, it has since become an iconic figure of the landscape. Kilcoe's Secret Island. Owning a restored medieval castle might seem like the pinnacle of eccentric home ownership, but Jeremy didn't stop there. In recent years, he added another piece to his Irish retreat, an island. Just 100 meters from Kilcoe Castle, this small island features a modest cottage and has become an extension of his already expansive and historic property. Irons revealed his island purchase during an interview, mentioning how he could, quote, just about swim there from the castle. While the addition might seem like an indulgence, it reflects his deep appreciation for the Irish landscape and desire for seclusion. He has spoken often about the sense of peace he finds in County Cork, where he feels removed from the pressures of Hollywood and modern life. The island's simple cottage is in stark contrast to the grandeur of Kilcoe Castle. While the castle required the extensive 6-year renovation, the island's home is far simpler, with just enough space to serve as a peaceful hideaway. Irons has mentioned he plans to raise Kerry ponies and Galloway cattle on the land, using the island for small-scale farming. For an actor who has spent decades immersed in fictional worlds, the island offers a tangible sense of independence. Whether he's sailing between Kilcoe and his island, tending to his animals, or simply watching the Atlantic waves roll in, Irons has crafted an existence that is as much about living history as it is about storytelling. His Irish property isn't just a home, it's an evolving world of its own. Now it's time to hear from you. What do you think about Jeremy Irons' decision to restore and live in a medieval Irish castle? Let us know in the comment section below.